Are you someone who dreams big? Someone who's got ambitious goals and a vision of the life you've always wanted? But let's face it, there's one thing standing in your way: laziness. You know exactly what you need to do to get closer to your dreams, yet you don't do it. Instead, you procrastinate. And with each passing day, the guilt sets in because deep down, you know you're capable of so much more. That guilt? It doesn't just disappear. It builds up. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, you've settled into a routine of mediocrity. Then the new year rolls around, and once again, you're staring at the same goals from last year. You start strong, fueled by fresh motivation and a sprinkle of optimism. But soon enough, procrastination sneaks back in, like an uninvited guest who just doesn't know when to leave. And so, the cycle begins again. Procrastination turns into laziness, and eventually, you convince yourself that you're just a lazy person. But here's the truth: you're not lazy, you're stuck. Stuck in a cycle that you can break. So, how do you do it? How do you escape the grip of procrastination? The internet is flooded with advice. Delete social media, block distractions, or even meditate your way out of it. While these tips can help temporarily, they're just band-aid solutions. They don't tackle the core issue, the root cause of procrastination. At its heart, procrastination boils down to one thing: inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency for objects at rest to stay at rest and objects in motion to stay in motion, unless acted upon by an external force. Newton's first law of motion isn't just for science. It applies to your daily life too. Think about it. Getting started on any task requires that initial push, a burst of energy to break the resting state. But here's the catch: we often overcomplicate that first push. We make it seem massive, overwhelming, and nearly impossible. So, instead of starting, we avoid the task altogether and distract ourselves with easier, dopamine-filled activities like scrolling through social media or binge-watching Netflix. The solution? Break the inertia. And the good news? It's easier than you think. Here are two powerful strategies to get you started. 1. Lower the stakes and start small. The hardest part of any task is simply starting. So, make it as easy as possible. Instead of aiming to complete a massive project in one go, break it down into tiny, manageable steps. For example, instead of saying, "I need to finish my entire 5,000-word essay today," tell yourself, "I'm just going to write 50 words." That's it, 50 words. By lowering the stakes, you remove the mental resistance and make it easier to begin. And once you start, you'll often find it much easier to keep going. 2. Use the 2-minute rule. When you feel unmotivated, commit to doing the task for just 2 minutes. That's right, only 2 minutes. Whether it's cleaning your room, working out, or tackling an assignment, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes and then stop if you want to. For instance, put on a song and clean your room until the song ends. The beauty of this technique is that once you've started, you'll often find the momentum to keep going. And even if you stop after 2 minutes, you've still made progress. Why do these strategies work? Because objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Once you overcome that initial resistance, you'll find yourself gaining momentum. At first, it might feel like pushing a boulder uphill. But once you pass the point of inertia, everything becomes easier. It's like rolling downhill, momentum takes over. The key takeaway? Don't overthink the first step. Start small, commit to just 2 minutes, and let momentum do the rest. These methods can be applied to any area of your life. Whether it's hitting the gym, building a side hustle, maintaining relationships, or chasing your dreams, the principle remains the same. Take that first step. As Martin Luther King once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step." So, what are you waiting for? Break the cycle, overcome the inertia, and start building the life you've always dreamed of. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.